going, youth? We're there, live there. Where are you?
We are now back to 5 to 7. Remember, the original time for the show was 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. We had moved 1 hour back to facilitate the US time of they are now back to the same time as us. So we are at 5 to 7 drive time.
What that you are looking at is the Rio Grande, and in the backdrop you are seeing the Blue Mountain range.
Well, so don't get the one company in a promotion. All right, they need to sponsor the show.
Yes, sir.
Hello,
Morning.
morning.
How you doing?
Papa.
Yeah. This is Seaman's Valley. Them call it here a long level. And a whole heap of banana they cross there, so. Whole heap of banana. The ting bow. There's a big banana plantation. And it's also on this side. Big banana plantation. Everything bow. A farmer you get whole heap of damage. Yeah, yes.
The other day when I pass, I see the amount of banana. I say, why? Then continue to plant banana here. So.
Every time you get a little storm, it mash up.
You don't even forget storm. Just rain.
What's better after 50 when? Gym or Tai Chi?
No, the East was not spared. The East got hit as well. And that's why we make certain we're repeating this to show people that East Portland got significant damage. Nothing to compare with that in the West. East Portland was damaged. Share up the live, invite some people, because this evening we're gonna put the Prime Minister 2
We're in
hours
Bellevue.
ahead.
We're looking at a house that lost the entire, all of the things I'm gone off of that one. So quite a few of the houses in Bellevue get damaged, especially those that have age on them. From here you can see the Rio Grande, and this is way up in the Rio Grande Valley, you know, from the top. This is Bellevue, but you're looking at the Rio Grande, and I'm gonna glance forward and show you the sea from here. You can see the ocean from here. That's the sea you're looking at. And then I come down back now. This is Rivers View down by Windsor that you're looking at now. Some nice view up here from Bellevue. And you could always see the Rio Grande, and you could always see the sea, you know, but it's now clearer. And Rio Grande still have on him khaki suit. Juanita roof lift. Mattress wet up. This is Cornwall Barracks, people. And then go up on a hill, further up on a hill. The next house here, all of the roof are gone. All of the roof gone. We are in Cornwall Barracks. So Melissa Machete man work in them hills here. This is Cornwall Barracks. Oh no do.
Yes, we can't have video. We can't have video.
General. Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
Auntie?
General.
What you do?
Mr. Matty. Where you want to do? You want to take the video right over here.
Where's your wine eye? Alright, I'm gonna put you in eye. Hello, Auntie.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. This is the 5th day of November in the year of our Lord 2025. Welcome to Portland Spice TV. Wherever you are around the world, we are happy to have you. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we invite you to subscribe to this channel, like the channel, share the channel, be a part of the Portland Spice team, become a Portland Spice ambassador. Our aim is for the upliftment of Jamaica, the betterment of the people, the indigenous people of this land. This is a land that we love. But when wicked men rule your nation, evil will come upon you. And we now understand that not all leaders are chosen by God. There are times when the people want who them want and refuse who God have for them. And then things will happen that wouldn't happen otherwise. You understand what I say? So this evening, we are going to link up some people, some conscious people, because we have to awake the consciousness of our people. Things not just happen by chance. You have to understand that. We have the mystical one on the line. Mystical, good evening.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Yes,
We
yes,
heard the
yes.
Prime
Well,
Minister yesterday spoke for 2 hours in the Parliament. 2 long hours. I don't know if you had listened to all of it, Mystical, did you?
yeah, no, I never heard all of it, but I heard sufficient to arouse my conviction. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've heard enough, and it's just about everything that man says now. You know, follows a path and a script that reaffirms my faith in myself. Faith in myself. I want you to understand this, you know. You're not blasphemous, you know.
Yes.
Faith in myself that this man is robotic. Yeah? He's a well functioned, programmed robot. Yeah? He's answerable to his programmers, and it has come alive quite vividly, you know, man. Yesterday, when I sat, you know, and I listened, and at the same time I listened, I process, I assimilate what a man is saying, you know, and I say, oh, me can align with about 50% of what this man is saying, because most of what this man is saying does not accord with the truth. Yeah?
Yes.
Does not accord with the truth. Yeah? So it was, I heard, I jumped the program right now, the program of my thoughts. I heard Dalrymple, yeah, talk about grandstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah? And I heard another little man, I don't know who that one was. Yeah?
First you see him talk, don't. The first you see him talk.
Yeah, I don't know who him is.
I'm not even sure who the guy either.
Yeah. And the garbage, yeah, the dunceness, the disconnection, the irrelevance, yeah, the ineptitude that jump out, you know, it just tell you that these people, as I've always said, are an assignment. They're an assignment, and you know what assignment that come from, Shaka? The assignment that come right down from the pit of hell.
From the pit of hell.
Right down.
You know,
right down.
You know, Mystical, I want to register my disappointment yesterday with the sitting of the Parliament. I want to register my disappointment in the parliamentary opposition as well.
Yeah,
of
course.
Don't believe that they were strident enough. I am disappointed when I listened to the Prime Minister for the entire speech, and I did not hear a plan to move the citizens into some form of shelter, some form of decency. Brother. That's my biggest disappointment with yesterday. And I didn't hear the advocacy for the people to be put into a position where their dignity could be returned to them. And that's my biggest disappointment.
Very disappointed. Very disappointed. The grandstanding of the Prime Minister, yeah, and the surrendered approach. Yeah, I mean, I can understand a couple of the members on the opposition side, you know, that the weight of the pressure would have overtaken them, like Dayton, the weight of the pressure would have overtaken them so much.
Dayton, Ian Niels,
yeah,
Dwayne Vaz, Nikisha Burchell,
yeah.
Zelika Jess.
Definitely.
They were under immense emotional pressure and stress.
Definitely.
I understand that. But Jesus Christ, the Parliament, the Prime Minister came to the Parliament and offered them $10,000, 10 million.
Well, you said 10,000, so
it sounds like 10,000.
Yeah.
10 million to assist with housing. That is what he should have offered to Isaac Buchanan. And even $10 million to Isaac Buchanan would still be wanting. It is a disrespect. It shows the lack of understanding, because if you say that the damage is between 6 and 8 billion US dollars, what $10 million, that can't start.
Yeah, brother. But they have, you see, them people are not have no conviction to address the plight of the people them from one, from number one. Because if we back up, clearly, and if we should fundamentalize this that we are saying, Remember now, I have always given historical perspectives, to what is happening, Shaka. Many people don't appreciate the historical perspective because they want, like Dave Cameron say, well, let us just move right along. Just forget about that, about reparation, and just move along. Yeah. So I can't pass it, because the past is the present and the present is the future, When it comes to these people, when it comes to the system of governance and government that is appropriated upon us, Because remember, this system was designed and crafted to ensure that we get the same outcome from donkey's ears unto now. So the purpose of us being here as the original people of the earth, the purpose of us crossing the Atlantic, the transatlantic trade, the slave trade, must be front and center. We must understand why them bring we are saying. And that they don't intend for anything good to come out of us. Yeah? I always talk about Haiti, the most populous black country in this hemisphere, apart from Brazil, and United States, and so on. Yeah? Not about in a full little hemisphere, Haiti, is a population of about 11 million black people, right? Jamaica is the second largest domicile, of black people in this hemisphere. I wonder if we ever consider that, yeah? And so we must understand when we unleash upon us, show forth, say, yes, this is our impression, that we are rivet upon them people, that we can't allow them to go nowhere, because remember, we are the people with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding, man. So we can't afford for them move across the line. We have to keep them in line. But I want to jump that, Colin. I just want to make that seat down in our spirit for no say nothing good. Yeah, them people that have no intention of us, and the design a scheme and a plan to ensure that we stay so forever and ever, being nothing to ourselves. Yeah, but watch this. You know what the Parliament disclosed yesterday, Shaka? Oh, sadistic. If you want to understand these people, look how sadistic and disconnect and aloof these people, show themselves yesterday. No heart, no shame, no respect, no honor, for the plight of the people. Remember, so the people have got through the most horrific disaster that we will ever seen in this modern history. And you have visited the scene. I have not visited now. You have real-time visited the scene and see the horror of our people. And what you have seen is not even half of the horror, So you don't see the real horror of the people, especially those in the hinterlands and in the mountains, and those who have suffered and died.
That's what we're planning to do tomorrow. We're planning to go into the hinterland tomorrow. We're going down there tomorrow. We have a lot of food stuff, Mystical. It seems like we're going to have to make another trip because the amount of money that we have left after we purchased, because we got some money this evening, and that money that we got this evening is more than all that we have spent already. So,
all right.
So we're going to have more money to go back. In fact, I want to this evening pledge $150,000 to the Rio Grande Valley to assist those people, those roofs that we showed a while ago. We're going to assist, we're going to put $150,000. I hope the donors don't mind assisting those people in the Rio Grande Valley who have lost their roofs. But we have enough money to load the bus again to go back after tomorrow.
See there. Yeah. So that this picture must never leave our mind. Colin.
It can't.
That these people are diabolic. You hear people talk about it and we just glance over it and we just glad up over it, And you talk about the disappointment of the Parliament. Nobody in there should not smile yesterday. Shouldn't even smile.
The
Nobody
first order
in
of
there.
business was to put some shelter over these people's head. And the Prime Minister spoke for over 2 hours, and we never hear that these people, by the weekend, all of them should have a roof, should be in a place with a roof over them head. What is that?
There is no respect for our people. When I say the people are on assignment, what take them history, brother? What take them history? They are on assignment. A demonic, diabolic, hellish assignment upon us, you know.
But you don't understand that. Hear this. In the press conference that the PNP had on Monday, I heard the party leader spoke about evacuation, finding shelter for these people. But I never hear him drive it home in the parliament yesterday.
Brother, the people them feel we, man, to a great extent, you know, man. Them advocacy weak, yeah? As me said, a few people show the emotion and when I try to lock down. Yeah, it goes clearly to show that these people are a devilish assignment, you know. Because not one person apart from Malo Ford would try a thing. Yeah? And the other brother there in a northwest. In a northwest.
In fact, it was in his constituency that we did our thing on Friday. Because we now look for color people. We are looking for people who are in need right now.
Definitely.
In need. It was in a GLP constituency that we went Friday and do the delivery that we did. We not give one ick about no PNP people or not GLP people right now. We want the people who are suffering to be relieved of that suffering. We need a government with compassion. No compassion was shown in the parliament yesterday.
Them people, man. Yeah? Yeah? Love covers a multitude of sin in a man. Yeah? Yeah? When you show love, yeah, and compassion, you show the heart of Almighty Yahweh. Yeah? When you do otherwise, you show that you're a child of darkness. Yeah? Everybody over this. Silence. Nobody who represent people who are suffering over there, sir. Nobody. So you have allegiance to the beast to the extent that you can open your mouth and say, no, then you're what? You're a child of the devil. Yeah? You're against good. You're against right. You're against love. You're against mercy. You're against justice. Yeah? Everything with the people them say, a facade and charade yesterday. Yeah? Look at the speaker. Facade and charade. Yeah? Disgust. They have no heart and no love, no compassion. Yeah? You're talking about people must ask, how do you ask a question? How do you ask a question? How do you ask a question?
Listen, you realize what they did? You realize what they did? They asked for the suspension of the standing orders so as to allow the Prime Minister to speak for 2 hours. They did not ask for the suspension of the standing orders for the opposition leader. However, they gave him the time. They should have just given people a time to speak, especially those that are in the areas that are ravished.
I'm not going to say devil people anymore. I'm going to say, if you will never convince right now, you know, real time yesterday will show up itself.
Let me tell you something.
Before us.
What I was expecting yesterday, Mystical, because I'm going to tell you this. When was it? Was it Saturday morning? Saturday morning on the show. We were talking about creating 10 cities. And somebody in the chat room suggested that the Trelawney multipurpose stadium could be used as one of the locations to house the people until you clean up and start rebuild. And we posted it. And I took the liberty of sending it to Marlon Morgan, Senator Marlon Morgan. And I called him, he didn't answer. He called me back and I said, brother, this needs to be done. And he agreed with me. So when I didn't hear it in the parliament yesterday, you can understand my disappointment. You can understand the way my spirit sank. That
the people
we
want
are
no
not
suggestion.
looking out for our people.
They don't want no suggestion. Them not ruled by a reason of what must be. Them are ruled by a reason of them edict.
Mystical, with all those people who have lost their houses, because when me say lose house, you have people where not just them roof blow off. The house flatten. Where is defecation taking place in these
No, hey,
areas
brother, I Colin, remember from
now?
Saturday we are dealing with a matter here, you know. From Saturday we are dealing with some say we are talking about cholera and we are talking about all kind of disease, you know. Remember, you know. Remember from that time, then people want a genocidal approach. Listen to me, man. I will just contain myself, you know, because if I express myself the way that it is so glaring, you know, I mean, it will stun everybody, and then I'm going to be classified as someone who is come as an alarmist. But the reality stares us in the face. If you are for us and about us and not about eliminating and genociding, yeah, and vanishing our people, you would move with alacrity.
Of
You would
course.
move with haste.
I got a thing there. The business people finally put out a thing. Let me see if I can find it, Mystical, and tell you what the PSOJ and some other. Here it is. Here it is. Justin, President of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, and the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce has written a joint letter to Prime Minister Andrew Holness expressing concern that the pace of recovery after Melissa does not match the escalating humanitarian needs, and that is correct. The national response must be streamlined under clearly defined structure with transparent role, centralized coordination, and strong accountability mechanism to ensure the efficiency and impact. Ready. This is a section of the letter. That was not all of the letter.
But I mean, to want to hear from them, I want to see them at work, you know, man. I don't want to hear them, you know, because people can chat anything, you know. Not time for chat, you know, not time for show, say, yeah, indeed, me attack. But we have influence over the hotels and the big business down there. So maybe hear one of them and say, well, hope we hotel because hotel season come, but nobody not there now because everybody gone to their yard.
We're taking in the people for 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Clean up the place.
Listen to me now. How much workers in the hotel sector who have lost their homes and their belongings and lost their emotions and their minds because they don't see a future. I want to see them showing love and compassion. Not to just walk way out, yeah, and slave way out and take away all the wealth from us. But we want to see them if they are relevant to us. No, come show yourself. The convention center, all of them places.
All of them places there. Make them available.
These places
they are
better than us.
They are play field all around. Those that are not saturated, get the tents in there, put the generator there, bring in the portalets, bring in large water tanks.
Listen to me, Colin. You have said the things which should be said. You think that they are not avail of all these information, yeah?
So when they want the people them Mystical, is dead, they want the people
no, because them deliberate, they want we dead off. Hey, this is no joke, you know. Historically, look at it. People who are fed and led by satanic forces, you know, man, who have an agenda, you know. You see the man, them are tied. Why you think they can do better? Their hands are tied because them covenant. This is no joke, you know, man. Yeah. The people are covenanted with evil forces.
I am calling on those of us who have a roof over our head tonight. I'm calling for those of us who have a kitchen for going and cook, have a bathroom and a toilet for sit down on and defecate, to rise up and call on the government to take these people from under the open element. People are living under tarpaulin. People are living in water-infested areas where the water not gone down yet.
I don't know. JDF know better, you know. So we not get better out of them. The people infect all the institutions in order to ensure that the conditions are ripe to impose, them design pan we. Remember me tell you that. The condition must be right to impose their design pan us. So watch them how them maneuver. Watch them how them talk, yeah? Watch them how them talk, yeah? Watch them how them talk and how they move and how they groove. They chat while the days are going by. So the more the days go by, tomorrow it shall be worse. Yeah, every day it
somebody's
gets worse.
asking, what if there's a heavy downpour of rain? I think the weather said there's some tropical event coming around here.
A system out there, you know. A system out
there's
there.
A system out there.
In the Mexico region, you know. A system out there, you know. But I tell you, man, they want the worst to come to the worst. Yeah? The worst to come to the worst. We can declare a week, a morning.
You know the next thing that shocked me, Mystical? You know the next thing that shocked me? The government said that they have earned they have raised $150 million so far. I don't understand that.
You mean the insurance?
No, not from the insurance, from the portal, this website that they have set up.
Yeah.
They have raised $150 million Jamaican dollars.
150 million Jamaican
dollars. If the Miami Eats give $1 million US, that alone is $160 million.
Listen, hey.
So, we don't understand that.
No, we don't understand. We don't understand.
We don't understand.
We don't understand that. We don't understand that. Yeah? Remember, not burial. Remember, COVID, you know, make people into millionaires and billionaires, you know, to the extent that we can't find so much $1 trillion, you know. You remember that? Recall that. So what will this do to many people? Yeah? Because a part of the plan, yeah, to scarce resources so that we become beggars. Yeah? We become what? Beggars. We become paupers.
Mystical.
So 80.2.
I call on you this evening because for years you have been saying that Jamaica is arms house, prison, and cemetery.
Listen to me, man. You see it come real time before us.
If you remember when you normally say it when I was on Style, I would say, yes, it's your opinion.
Yes.
We are heading to take 80's position. We have always been second to last in the Caribbean.
Listen.
And if we don't careful, Jamaicans.
Shaka, a long time, them farmer leader, they want to take with them, you know. If you long take them to really get a big opportunity to see to right there, so. The people are on assignment. Remember this. So what am I doing? Deliberate. Yeah? Deliberate. I mean, I say deep down from a conscience, from a conviction, from a philosophy, and from a godliness. Yeah?
How could you come to the parliament yesterday
with nothing?
No plan,
nothing,
no immediate plan to move the people from out of the war zone?
As is.
No immediate plan to move. Who want to move? You might have some people who will tell you that me now move. But the government yesterday failed.
Brother, this is a
there should have been a clear plan announced in the parliament yesterday to say, as of today, we will be sending in the buses because we have already set up this here place or that the place they set up where we're going to move the people, that our babies can be out of the element. Our elderlies can have a little comfort.
When
our disabled society can have a little comfort.
That is nothing to them. They are part of the order. Yeah? Designed to depopulate.
When I listened to the man yesterday, I sat right here and I listened to the entire thing. And that's why I say to you, I am disappointed with the parliamentary opposition. I know not try toe line. This is not a time to toe the line. This is a time to talk your conscience. This is a time to stand up for the people of Jamaica.
Shaka, boy, my heart is bleeding, brother. Trust me, you know. and the system of government that we inherit and we appropriate. Watch it now. You see how the man them come like mendicant yesterday in our parliament, like I beg them, I beg the owner of the world and the land, them I beg back for a piece of the pie, yeah, forgive them people little crumbs. You know, appear to you. Everybody, Mr. Bryan, I wish that you look this way. I wish that this one, and him come and say, I'll try and see if I can do it. I don't know if that is possible. It is disgusting.
Listen, man. Listen, man.
It's disgusting.
Listen, man. Listen.
Every constituency that suffered in the way it has suffered, yeah? And we talk about probably 7 or 8 constituencies suffering the worst, right? It should start out, say, see $1 billion, roll it out. $1 billion start the roll out, yeah? To where you can sufficiently, yeah, cover the basic medical, sanitation, hygiene, food, clothes, and shelter need. Start to deal with that right away. So in a week one, you know, man, we should have way down the road, you know, we can see clearly now that the rain is gone. And we can see all obstacles in our way, yeah? And we are move a pace, yeah, to get things regularized, not back to its original order, because it take another 5-10 years. But
Because
it can be seen.
let me ask
that
you something
moves.
mystical. Can contain a house because the
I don't want them.
Hold on, the prefab house that they talk about are not really prefab. A prefab house are the ones that they make over Portmore, concrete and steel, but they come with the walls make
Yeah,
already.
the slab, I'm going to merge them together. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if it's
Those are
that you're
quick fix.
talking about, I am for it. If you're talking
Yeah,
about
no container.
containers,
No.
the question
Don't kill off
I
my
will
people.
ask, can a container house stand a category 5 hurricane?
Maybe depending on how it is a fix in the foundation. You get what I'm saying? But that is not my concern. Me no in them zinc house there.
No.
Me no in them zinc house there. Trust me. Even if you go and cushion it and seal it up, me no in them, brother. Yeah? I am not for that.
I am not for
the
it either.
prefab.
I am
Yeah.
not for it. I
The
am
prefab
for
can withstand.
black and steel, or
Yeah.
if you want, cast it up, concrete and slab roof. That is
Yeah,
what
man.
the people must get.
Definitely.
And Mr. Prime
And you have
Minister,
a-
you need to take your $10 million and shove it.
Yeah, man.
$10
You have
million
a system,
to
you know.
what? Which part? Tell me, which part of St. Elizabeth? Which constituency? In fact, I'll go to a division. Which division in St. Elizabeth $10 million can assist to put back all of the roofs or even half of the roofs together? Man,
Then I read it. Scorn and contempt and an affront to the dignity of the black man. Scorn and contempt, yeah? Yeah? And an affront to the dignity. Because if you dignify the people and their suffering, yeah, you would move a pace to allocate and set the system in place that we can properly monitor, yeah, all expenditure, yeah, and the system is available. We can put that together. All hands on deck will ensure that the resources are not leaked. They are plunged into that which must be done, yeah, technically, yeah, in order to stem the decay. Because we have a stem that now you talk about where the people are filth. You can imagine, we don't have no mass toilet and a mass wash area, yeah, that can be done.
them crazy.
What is the army doing? Yeah?
But
in that regard.
remember, it is the government that makes the policy. And they must tell the army that this is what we are going to facilitate. The army will get it done.
Boy, the army see I tell them, you know, man. The army see I tell them, we can understand them kind of government run here, so where the army sit down with the hand full and them have so much power at a time of disaster. It's not normal time you say, man, I take over a country. You know? Yeah, a time now when you assert them power, you know, say people can't suffer so. My people, them, we can't suffer so. Yeah, but the brigadier them, where the general them there, where them man there, what them so elitists and so classes that them can assert them power. Say, hey man, come stand up now. Yeah. What are they? Yeah, but I imagine them cushy, them live cushy life. You know, because I mean, like up at top of cushy life, you know, man, and down there. So I mean, they must get the charges to do all the dirty work, you know. But it's time come now when you must do the real work. We call upon you to defend Jamaica. Yeah, call upon you to show your mettle, show your stature. Yeah, show your ability. Yeah, show your creativity in times of disaster. You have it now, real time. Deal with it. Deal with it, man. It's disgusting. Yeah.
Thanks for the time here, my brother.
Bless you,
Respect.
brother. Can't speak other than how I speak today.
Respect.
Have a good day. Respect.
Some people are saying slab roof, we have to be careful because we live in an earthquake zone. I am aware of that. But slab roof can be properly built, properly steeled. Yeah? And stand up to big earthquake. Stand up to big earthquake. They can withstand a category 5 hurricane. We have to build stronger. We can't go back and build the kind of house that the storm flattened. That don't make no sense. But I am calling on the powers that be, that people who don't have a roof over them head right now needs to be evacuated and put in a place that they are secure with a roof over their heads. Light, water, adequate sanitary convenient must be made available to our people. We can't have a people them and live so. I want to know if we make people start live out a door like the lower class of animal, when they start behaving like the lower class of animal, are you drive them to it? Are you teach people to sleep in a night Jew and make people not have no heart? Mr. Prime Minister, you missed the ball yesterday. You missed the ball. People with chronic illness, people who them insulin need to be refrigerated. You need to get them out of there. Somebody was asking for the transfer number. We put a Zelle number in the group a while ago. That's Zelle. If you go on to the profile of Portland Spice TV, the cash app information is there. Hold on, caller. This person said containers are good temporary housing until permanent housing can be built. It's better than tent. Yes, but can you find those? Can you find 300-400 of that right now to put in an area that the people them can go live? The tent city that I speak about is for a week or 2 weeks to remove the people them from the disgraceful condition that they are living in right now. 876-804-7072. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Mr. Bell, how you doing?
I'm not good.
Boy, I'm not good either, I know. One thing I want to ask you, what was announced yesterday? It reached 200 million Jamaican dollars yet?
But even 200 million Jamaican dollars not good.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What was announced yesterday was woefully inadequate. You understand?
Yes, man.
And at the end of the day, with this disaster that has happened, with what was programmed for the budget, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that we can divert some of the resources within the budget? What was the capital expenditure budget for the year that they had programmed? Why them can't program some divert some of that now to actually go towards the response?
Listen, the first thing the Prime Minister should have said yesterday, for St. Elizabeth and to Westmoreland and St. James, not the entire St. James, but St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland, him should have talked about $1 billion to start. $1 billion to start.
When you check it up, I think it's about 17 constituencies across St. Elizabeth, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland. Right? No, something like that?
That get hammered.
And you tell me saying couldn't even say, all right, $1 billion in response, as you said? Like, what $10 million can do?
And that
What can
made
$10
me
million
lose.
do?
That made me lose off for some of the MP them. As I said, I want to give those MPs in those areas because they might under some stress and now realize. But when you sit in the parliament and allow the prime minister to talk about $10 million to assist with housing in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland, you're joking.
Well, as I told a friend last night, it is a start.
No.
But I am sure that within less than a week, all of that will be exhausted. So at the end of the day, I guess that is where the politics will start. Because
that
maybe the opposition don't want.
Because no MP can tell me, say them know which part to start with that.
Yeah, we are gonna start with $10 million.
10 people. It's 10 people that if you give them $1 million for put on back them roof, you know. Hold on.
One roof right now probably costs close to 800,000.
No, and that's
just
a small roof, you know. We're not talking about no big house roof. We are talking about a 2-bedroom
that's a small
living
roof.
room kitchen.
Right? And I think Miss Birchall yesterday raised a good point because you know culture in Jamaica where especially people who are giving reports, especially a report to the Prime Minister, they're gonna pretty it up. I would know that the Prime Minister is how he is. He knows how to play the game, especially when it comes to giving a speech.
Yes.
But as Miss Birchall said, there was nobody rappelling out of helicopters. Because I am sure that is not the lived experience of most of the people in all of those ravaged areas. You understand? And right now, I don't know if it's a thing where the opposition don't really want to bring this thing into a politics game. Why them not licking out or are not talking out more. But the whole response is woefully inadequate.
But brother,
right? And it's a shame that international journalists can be making reports saying that the government is not doing enough. It's a shame.
Yes.
Right? And it's not the opposition that said that a journalist will make them way come down and actually cover the thing.
The journalists themselves, we can get here, the government can get here, the government is not here.
Yeah.
But my brother,
it's a shame.
Thanks for the call. We have a scheduled discussion with Raleigh and we can talk after that, yeah?
As we say, ask about whether or not the capital budget can be diverted or at least some of it can be diverted into the response.
Well,
that needs to happen because I'm sure the capital budget is billions.
This is the man that can help us. That's why we're going for it now. Thanks for the call. Raleigh, I don't know if you heard the call a while ago asking if the capital budget can be diverted to deal with recovery.
Well, the capital budget has to be diverted to deal with recovery. The question is what kind of capital budget we'll have because the economy and the fiscal accounts have suffered significant damage.
But the capital budget for 25-26, how much of that has been spent already?
Only $20 billion.
Out of?
Out of the projected $60 billion.
So let me ask you something, Raleigh. Why yesterday the Prime Minister never said we have put $2 billion in a St. Elizabeth and $2 billion in a Westmoreland? The Prime Minister said I'm going to give each member of Parliament $10 million. $10 million to do what? Fix one house or two houses?
Madness, man, are dealing. Man, as I said, the man out of touch with reality. The man out of touch with reality because what I said to you, so what the most important thing that people for note, although the man them say them they are prepared for the hurricane season from June, the man them collect $7.6 billion more than budgeted for between April and August of this fiscal year, which would include June.
Yes.
And they cut spending by $14 billion, including cutting the capital budget by $4 billion, and then paid $14 billion more on the debt than was projected for. We need the Prime Minister to answer that question.
Why they be paying more than they need to pay on the debt?
Yes, particularly at this point in time. Yeah, the Prime Minister needs to answer that question then. Yeah.
So we have paid that $14 billion more. We have given away $12.4 billion to buy the election. So that's $26 billion that the government use up, and then there's more that they've been paying on the debt than they had needed to pay. In fact, Ralston, how much they have overpaid the debt by since 20? Let's come back after COVID and let's say since about 2023.
We have to do the analysis. We can get a number there tomorrow. Yep.
Please, because that is a number that Jamaica needs to know, that this amount was spent paying on the debt that never need to spend.
Yeah, man, we're running 2 years ahead of schedule. So just imagine that. 2 years more than was necessary. And then the whole place collapsed because we never prepared for the hurricane.
The infrastructure was not up to scratch.
Yep, not even for normal times, much less a category 5 hurricane. So don't blame the hurricane. Blame the infrastructure, because we couldn't even stand a normal rain. As a normal rainfall, the whole place flooded out because we were not maintaining our infrastructure. We were not spending on infrastructure. We were giving approvals for new building, and we never build the infrastructure, maintain the existing infrastructure to deal with those things.
And we've been saying to them all this time that you are leaving the infrastructure to decay while overpaying on the debt. I make we say it, overpaying, because nobody's saying that we not to pay with debt.
Well,
what we are saying, pay what is required.
And here what was something that was a significant coincidence. The week before the hurricane came, Fitch and Standard & Poor's, the people who they were trying to please, the ratings agencies, were telling them that you're paying down the debt too fast and the economy is not growing, you're not resilient. So the same man, they try to impress. Just a week before the hurricane, I tell them, it's a foolishness,
But every time these people speak on the media, Ralston, they say that we are resilient.
Yep. Well, the whole world said that we're not resilient now.
No, Raleigh, that's $60 billion that them have left out of the capital budget. You are suggesting that that will now have to be used to really deal with the issue.
I said them now have the 60 billion because remember, the economy get a significant leak. We lose 30% of GDP, $1 trillion. It means that revenue collections have a start shrink.
So that capital budget that we said them spend 20
is non-existent. The 20 billion gone already. We don't know if them have no more unless them have to borrow money in order to spend on capital now. Because the revenues are going to shrink significantly because of the impact on the hurricane on the economy.
Somebody's saying to ask you if it is possible that they were paying more on the debt so that they would be able to borrow more.
Well, that was their strategy. It's like them, they run the economy for borrow. We never run the economy for borrow. If you grow faster, if you have enough money, you borrow less. So if you bring it down to an individual, if you earn more money, then you need to borrow less money. That's what they were doing. And that we always tell them that that's a foolish strategy.
And therefore, we are now going straight to the IMF and the World Bank to borrow. Isn't that
Of course, to borrow more money. Of course. The debt to GDP is going to go down to about 70%. Of course, because they have to borrow money now if they have rehabilitate the place.
So the Prime Minister yesterday asked to suspend the fiscal rules.
Yep.
What does that mean for us now, Ralston?
It means that them forced now not to go to the debt to GDP ratio of 60% 2 years before time. This is something that we have been telling them for 5 years. So they make a hurricane have to tell them to do the right thing.
And if we had started this, but Ralston, paying what is required and not overpaying, that would still be within the fiscal rules, isn't it?
But that would be sound fiscal policies. Like you drive the car too fast, and we have to say you go too fast, and you wait until you crash, then you say, true, we have to go fix back the car now. But everybody did. When you look on the human suffering and a long time without telling to rebuild the economy, we should arrest all of them. Because long time we tell them that.
We should arrest them.
Yeah, man. A long time we tell them that. I'm sure that without any apology. Yes, I know. We should arrest them.
So you are saying that there's no money now? The government now have no money now to deal with this restoration and rebuilding?
No, man. Then you hear the Prime Minister tell you yesterday, what's going to borrow money? So apart from, remember, the little insurance money of $42 billion, $35 billion from the insurance, and them have $6 billion in the budget. What about $1 trillion worth of damage? $1 trillion Jamaican dollars worth of damage.
What the Prime Minister laid out in the Parliament, all the money yesterday, and somebody was asking earlier if it had up to 200 million. You think, about how much it had up to?
What?
When
the MPs then?
Yeah, when present yesterday.
The 10 million per constituency?
I know every constituency I get 10.
No, it not come to $300-400 million, man. That can't do nothing, man.
But what is that he came to the Parliament with yesterday, Raleigh? What is that?
It's like a clown show. I mean, they have these daily clown shows with Dana Dixon and Darrell and Desmond McKenzie, and then they have him on Super Clown Show. Yeah? While the people out there still suffer and them thing there. Yep.
The PSOG, the Manufacturing and Exporters Association, you saw their letter, Raleigh?
Of course, we have a copy. Because the man them says a full system, and so the thing I move too slow, and that there's no central command, and the whole thing is just a mess.
So the Prime Minister spoke for over 2 hours yesterday. Anything out of it made sense?
Well, as I said, we don't really see nothing significant that come out of that, because he never tell me nothing that we never know before. We want to have full debate where everybody can talk. We don't want him to go up there like say my Starman and my lecture people, and then people have to ask him questions, because he never tell us nothing that we don't know, right?
In fact, him never come with nothing that we would expect, because I was expecting, Raleigh, to hear the man say, people who want to evacuate, we are going to evacuate them, give them a shelter for, let's say, 2-3 weeks till we clean up the place and start to fix back them house so people can return. I never hear that yesterday. That's my biggest disappointment.
Colin, that's why here, so the people in young and mobile, him could have carried some of the people in there catching on. Him could have carried some of the people in which for a reggae song for scheme. The people who are sent on him could have carried them, got money and them thing there. Evacuate the people and clean up the place. And they have central points where you drop food and everybody are run up and down.
I was suggesting that the Trelawney multipurpose stadium was a perfect place to put quite a number of people.
Of course.
The elderly who want them medication,
Yep.
who have them insulin with in a fridge.
Yep.
Where them insulin can't go in a fridge from last week, Tuesday.
Yep.
People who get medication, there are people who are in certain communities that are injured.
Mm-hmm.
The Prime Minister never come to the Parliament yesterday to relieve the suffering of our brothers and sisters who are suffering down at St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. What kind of man this?
Yeah, man, it lack empathy, man. Up here grandstanding and this knocking at desk and beating at desk and all them fools in a time when we're supposed to empathize with the people who are suffering. Yeah, man. Trust me, man. Trust me. And he wouldn't make the statement until the private sector man them send him the letter and make him know, say, rubbish you doing now. We don't respect what you do, yeah?
But him not speed up nothing.
No.
Not speed up.
No.
Because until you start moving out some of these people, Raleigh, when you see the pictures on social media, Raleigh. But when you go down there, Raleigh, I went down there. And when you go down there and see the people steering in space, people who are proud people, you can see say them people and they have beg nobody nothing before.
Yeah.
And you see them just stand up on the roadside and they must say, anything you have,
Yeah, man.
And then you look at the whole thing and you say, which part of them people have got a bathroom? Where them got a bathroom?
So we're playing with an epidemic. Yeah, we're playing with an epidemic. And that's why we're saying there are enough large spaces like the Trelawney multi-purpose stadium, Catrinal, all them places.
I think Catrinal underwater, them say Catrinal flood out. But there are a lot of other places.
A lot of other people, man. A lot of other big spaces, yeah? Money and all of them places, they camp on all them places, they can carry the people and clean up the place and do the thing properly, man. Yeah, man. True, man. Slap it, man. Slap it. Yeah, man. Slap it. Yeah, instead of this grandstanding and beating a desk in a parliament. Yeah, joke thing.
What is going to happen to the Jamaican economy now, Raleigh?
Well, as we tell you, this is a multi-year thing. Yeah, as we said, 1.1 trillion, and that is conservative. It might come to 1.7 trillion, which is half of GDP. So it means them have to borrow significant sums of money because the revenue fall out as long as the economy drop, it means that the more collect less revenues. So it means that that's why I'm suspending the fiscal rule because it must have foolishness that don't make no sense again. So we have to go borrow money and the recovery process will be a long and hard process which needs the cooperation and the unity of all sectors of the society. Them alone can't do it and them are going like said them alone want to do it. And them alone can't do it because them else cause a problem with the foolish policies that them are pursue.
Raleigh, somebody's asking, Mr. Bell asks Ralston, how much more will the import bill climb to seeing that the south and the western parishes account for the bulk of food we consume?
Good question. So we can't put a number upon that, but what we can tell you is that the food import bill have a soar and the trade deficit have a widen and inflation have a accelerate and the Bank of Jamaica have under pressure to try and stabilize the dollar. In fact, the dollar closed at 160 to 170 yesterday and the Bank of Jamaica intervened in the market today and mop up another 31 billion Jamaican dollars out of circulation, which will make the people in life harder because that is money that we use to help with the rehabilitation and production process. But the Bank of Jamaica fair use that now to try and stabilize the currency.
The Prime Minister said something yesterday that I agree with. He said that the rest of the island that has not been heavily affected by Hurricane Melissa must step up to the plate now and try to grow the country. I agree with that. My concern, though, Ralston, is that needs leadership. Leadership from a government that we have not seen able to grow the economy by not even 1% over the last decade.
Correct. And it's not only leadership. Leadership must mean also cooperating with the opposition, cooperating with the private sector, cooperating with civil society, cooperating with academia, getting interest rates down, moving the bureaucracy. All them things. So it's easier said than done, you know. Yeah, so you can always start that, but the actions and the leadership have to come from him.
Yes.
And you have to include the opposition. You have to include the banking community. You have to include the business community. You have to include academia. You have to include civil society. Yeah. So you have to put in place the things that are necessary to facilitate growth. What are the things that they are going to put in place to facilitate growth? I don't hear man announce nothing.
Not at all. Not at all.
No scared chat. Yeah, no scared chat.
Well, Raleigh, I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell the people of the world about Jamaica, because we have to now awake from our slumber and answer the call. We have to awake the consciousness of the Jamaican people because this don't look good.
No, and what I say is that the divide and rule strategy where one set of man believes them alone can do it, forgetting that they are the ones who are culpable in putting us in this position with the foolish policy of paying the dead faster and program for not investing in the country's people, not investing in the country's infrastructure, and still believe that them alone can do it. What we're saying is that we need a cooperation of all sectors of the society. We need opposition to be integrally involved in this thing. We need the interest rates to come down. The Jamaica Bankers Association, we don't only want to give the people moratorium. We need the interest rates to come down to facilitate growth. We need the energy policy to be put in place in order to facilitate competitiveness and growth. We need more focus on the agricultural sector. We need the man them to have a special capital allocation to deal with the rural road network, to deal with storage in terms of agriculture, that kind of thing, clean the country's gullies and drains and maintain infrastructure on an all-round basis. Those are things that we need right now. We need to hear from Finance Minister Favour Williams as to what is happening in terms of the negotiations with the IMF and the World Bank and the IDB. We need all of those things. Yeah, and the opposition must be involved in the process. I'm going to come with a one-upmanship because we can't manage.
Is it that they are afraid, Ralston, or they have something to hide why they don't want the opposition to be on the committees that they are putting together to deal with the relief and the rebuilding?
Yeah, man, they have something to hide that are one, and two, they're afraid that the opposition will show them incompetence because we know that they're incompetent. Because it's incompetence, why we reach this far, reach a foolish and incompetent policy of paying down the debt and not investing in the people and the capital stock of the country, ignoring energy policy and all of them things, ignoring agriculture, ignoring the creative industry. They're afraid the opposition show them up to them things, plus them have things right in terms of transparency. If you notice that the private sector was emphasizing on transparency, yeah,
and accountability. Yes.
And accountability, because the man them not trust them. Yeah.
Ask Ralston to paint a picture of what this Christmas could look like if we continue on this trajectory?
All right. First thing, high levels of inflation, high prices. Yeah. We also going to see that the dollar is going to be under significant pressure. Many people who have any Christmas, particularly people in those areas, yeah, we could see an outbreak in all kinds of diseases and all of those things. Yeah, and we could see higher levels of criminality and more possible social unrest in the country if we continue on the current trajectory. Yeah, that's the kind of bleak Christmas that we're seeing. And it's not going to be just this year Christmas. We're saying this is a multi-year project, 5-10-year project to get back to where we were before. So it's show you what your grandmother used to tell you, penny wise and pound foolish, yeah? So we're going to struggle to get back to where we were before rather than advance because of this stupid policy.
Can any good come from this, Ralston?
Well, we have to ensure that some good comes from this. And that is why we have to hold the government feet to the fire, hold them accountable. If we just sit down and make them do what they want to do, no good will come from it. So people like you, people like me, the ordinary man, civil society, academia, we need more people to be talking out and participating in this process and hold them feet to the fire. We can't leave it to them because if we leave it to them, nothing good is going to come from this.
It is really sad where we are now.
Sad. Yep. And we all, I'm telling you, it gives me cold comfort to say that we knew this day would come because we always tell them for the last 5 years, if you continue to pay down the debt faster than programmed for and don't invest in the country's infrastructure and human capital, a day will come when you have to go back, go borrow for finance or you need for finance. And so the day come, hurricane, bring it on. Yeah?
What could the government have done? Because I am sure that there are some people listening to us and the government couldn't do nothing. It's a disaster. What could they have done, Ralston?
Well,
yeah, why?
Simple. Take, for example, so the breeze blow down the houses them and them today, all right? So people say you can't not about that. What about the flooding part? If the man them, they are clean the drain them, expand the drain them, train the rivers properly, focus on the rural road network and them today, you believe that the damage would have been so great? Ask the people who sympathize with them.
Fix up Black River Hospital.
And
all of them kind of something. They fix up the Lowly Home Hospital, fix up the Sablamar Hospital, spend some of that money that they are spending between April and August. Raleigh just told us the government paid $14 billion more than they needed to have paid. That can't come back. Can't come back.
Gone.
When we are getting ready for the election and the government gave away $12.4 billion, 20,000. Me did tell you no. Say we never reached this so yet.
Yep. All right. The 11.45 billion of them take per year from the housing trust, which should have stopped in 2016. That could have helped to build out the country's housing stock in a better way.
Yes.
Yeah, making us less vulnerable because when we look at the conditions where the people are living in St. Elizabeth and some parts of Westmoreland, the whole world says Jamaica look like 80. So all the lie with them tell the people about poverty down to 8%. When people look on that from international sources, this more look like a country of 80% poverty than 8% poverty based on the housing stock and the quality of life that the people are living.
We can't build back those kind of houses to Raleigh, can we?
No, you're mad. That's why we're saying that 11.45 billion will never take from the housing trust for the last 10 years, which should have stopped because of the IMF agreement, which should have stopped in 2016. That money they could have been used and build out better housing stock in the country. So they could have built out better housing stock with the housing trust money, and they could have spent the capital budget better in training the rivers, cleaning the drains, expanding the drains, kind of give more approval right across the country for all kind of buildings. And them now build out the drain, and them now fix the road, them and them things. So don't tell us that them could have done nothing. That's not even a debatable point.
And everybody at Kingston are concrete them yards, so when rain fall, the road them turn river.
Precisely. No drains, no nothing. Yeah. That's the point I make. Yep.
Brother Raleigh, thanks for the time. Yep. Keep lighting the fire. Them can't say we never tell them. Them can't say we did sit down silent.
Yep. And analysts them would have tell the people about the country strong and resilient. We should lock up some of them. Bottom line. Yeah, man. So I'll be able to arrest them.
Blessings, my
Freeze
brother.
them.
We'll be in
All right,
touch.
brother. Blessed.
We'll be in
Yeah,
touch.
man. Okay, yeah.
876-804-7072. Jamaica is in trouble. You were warned. Hey, you have some silent people around the world. We want to say thanks to all the people who send us money. Whole heap of people send away £50, 50 US, 150 US, thousands of US. And the man said, don't make no announcement. Man said, don't make no announcement. I told you earlier that we're going down there tomorrow. We have a bus load of things. And we have more money can load the bus again.
Colin.
Marshy.
Me there. Tell me something. It's because them map up liquidity, why sometimes the ATM not no money?
You see, one of the things, Marshy, is that this government is bought and paid for by the banks. This government. And I tell you why I say that. When Jackson brought the bill to the parliament that there were supposed to be some minimum standards. Hold on there. You're rally. Hold on, let me make you tell the people them that. Hold on, Marshy, don't move.
Yeah.
Rally just get a piece of information when me make him tell the people them because we in trouble. Dire straits.
Yes.
Don't hang up.
No, man, I'm holding.
Don't hang up. Because we have to be concerned. Yes, Raleigh.
Yeah, the dollar trading at 160, 190 today. Although the central bank mopped up 31 billion. So here's the problem with this now. So the money that they mopped up, the 31 billion, they're going to pay 6% interest rates on it per annum. And for every 1% drop in the value of the Jamaican dollar, it costs the government, the debt go up by 14 billion, and it costs the government 600 million more in interest payments. So them money they should have got towards fixing school, paying teachers, building out infrastructure, is going to pay the debt. Every time the dollar slide, we have 14 billion more in debt and 600 million more in interest payments. We're down to 160, 190 now, heading for 162.
Somebody's saying to ask, we are asked to build out GPS again. Is that the question that this person want me to ask, Mr. Bell? We have been asked to build out GPS again, seeing that the disaster is vast.
Yeah, well, I mean, bail out. Yeah, them get
bail
5
out,
million.
bail out. Sorry,
US,
bail out.
US 5 million from the OUR out of the electricity fund. Yes, that's true. And they are saying now that we have to pay higher light bills because the ship that them have will supply the LNG had to be moved to safe harbor because of the hurricane, and that them have to use more expensive fuel to generate the electricity. Yes, so again, the people feel it.
People are going to feel it all the while.
Yeah, man, because of the poor planning and the poor infrastructure. Because LNG storage should be on land rather than on sea. Again, we tell you about infrastructure and problems and the poor attention to energy policy. It happened in Beryl and they make it happen a year after again. Them now focus on the job, man.
Blessings, brother.
All right, brother. Blessed. Yeah, man. Cool.
Marshy.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yes. I was saying this, sister.
Yeah.
If you are going to sit at a table with somebody like Triple D, right? Because Triple D in no sense. And maybe you want to know who is Triple D.
Yes.
Triple D is dead man damn dunce. Because him say you can't prepare for category 5 hurricane. But let me tell you, you prepare for any eventuality. Right? That's why when them have built certain things, certain places, they drive pile in the earth. You put up certain buildings, you have what you call matting, where you put in the earth.
Yes.
You know, the matting is there. If an earthquake comes and the earth will shift, the matting will hold the building. You have what you call a belt course at the top of the building.
Yes.
To hold the building should in case anything. So you do the best. You make
and
preparation.
You put in horizontal steel in your walls that then not burst when the earthquake shake.
Exactly. That is what. So you build and you prepare. So nobody will come. Triple D, no, I can tell you can them prepare, but them couldn't prepare for category 5. Nonsense.
You know,
I tell you something. You notice the slave master, when they were building, when them call the house, them, when them get the slave, them barrack or barrack? What them call them?
Barracks.
Barrack. Right. You realize that most of those barracks, they build them way off the ground.
Yes. Yes.
Because they expect flooding.
So water can go under.
Exactly. You see, they think ahead. You realize 4 people, them when them build now, them build the floor at ground level.
Can you lend me a pen, please? there's a question that I had wanted to ask Ralston, because the government said them raise $150 million thus far. And my concern is that right after the storm, the Miami Heats pledge $1 million.
Yes.
US. That by itself is $160 million.
Grand Cayman.
And then we know a whole heap of other people we send money. I not talk about the goods. Grand Cayman send goods. But a lot of other people are pledge money. Where are those monies going? Because if the government only raise $150 million, we have questions.
The man, they're making preparation to, hold on. Me not say. No one keep the program paid. You remember, say burial. I know enough people not get some of them to get in burial.
You have a whole heap of people that still not recover from burial yet, brother.
Nobody. But yet the things come after them, you know.
Yeah.
And wait there. Where it is.
Marshy, we have things to talk about.
Well, this is what happens when you lead by a set of BST.
And there are things that we've been telling this Jamaican people. And we've been telling that the man them not planning right.
No.
Why you need to be paying the debt faster when you have the infrastructure of the country deteriorating. No make no sense, brother.
If you have people who who don't really know anything, because what the finance minister come all in that, you realize that the finance minister
last. Somebody's saying a pledge doesn't mean you have received the funds. A pledge is like a promise. So we need clarification.
Yes.
We need clarification, because those people who here are pledge their money, have their money and I put up their money. So we need clarification.
We need it.
Respect, Marshy.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. This is the Colin Bell Show. And if you want to donate to the Portland Spice effort, we have the Cash App link on the profile of Portland Spice TV. You go on there, you see the Cash App information. You can send your donation to it. I put a Zelle number in the group, in the chat a while ago. Or you can just send a message to 876-804-7072. Send a WhatsApp message. We will respond to you and send you the necessary information. I am also saying to people that if you have relatives that have the wherewithal to go down there, and you can send them some things and ask them to carry it down there for you, do that. The people them down there need help. And me not stop say this. Me disappointed. Hold on, caller. Turn off your instrument in the background and listen to your phone. I am disappointed with yesterday's sitting of the parliament. I wanted the opposition to be more strident. I am disappointed that the Prime Minister never come with a plan to evacuate the people who want to leave out of that rubbish area and put them somewhere decent with a roof over their heads until the cleanup is done down there. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, Colin. Afternoon to you and your viewers.
Blessings.
Yes, me kind of have a thing with Jamaican and them short-term memory, see? Especially as it relates to this government. I don't understand why is it that we expected anything different from over the past 9 years. COVID-19 was the precedent of this government to see how they would react to anything major that happened in this country. Up to today, people still get the money that was sent to COVID to them from COVID. Beryl is the same thing. Remember the government sing them praises that they are ready for COVID-19, and then you're going to shout to what? Oxygen short, people start dead. It's the norm for them to sing them praise, to hype up themselves and say they are ready because they talk it and they say that they are ready in front of the international media. They are ready for this and they are ready for that. And then what? Nothing.
Mhm.
What were you ready for? Because if you were ready, then the army would have been deployed prior to the hurricane. Nobody would have to wait for the army to come out. They would have been pre-positioned in places that we know that is going to be prone to certain things. They would have been out. You're going
Yeah.
to wait until 3 days after the hurricane, and you're going to deploy the army. Or does that make any sense?
And then the
The
Prime
army,
Minister admit in the Parliament yesterday that there are places that they've not reached yet. You should even talk
and,
that.
and the international media is making it known that if me out there, you can't reach there too. So how is that out there? And that is why I respect Nikisha Burchell yesterday when she said that, Mr. Prime Minister, when you're coming, somebody make sure it is on foot.
Yes,
Because
come
in the
on
ear,
foot.
everything, but you're doing what? Doing what? What are you in the ear doing? Because you can't see what the people are going through on the ground.
You can't see it.
You have to,
That's why I
you
said
have
to
to
the people in Carla, when you see the pictures on
Mhm.
social media, the pictures are real. But when you go down there and see the people them, that is what touch your heart. And
Colin
that is
in
why I am
Jamaica.
upset about yesterday's sitting and disappointed about yesterday's sitting. I mean, your
Yeah,
Marlon
man, too
Morgan
much
on radio yesterday, I
stupidity.
talked about the Prime Minister,
Too much stupidity.
Rubbish! The
Too much
Prime
stupidity
Minister
in
and
the
the
Parliament.
government, Wolan Carla, must go take out the people them from down there who are willing to leave and restore some decency to the human beings, to the Jamaicans who are sleep out a door, who don't have no toilet, no kitchen, no portable water. And the Prime Minister come up Parliament, talk for 2 hours with no plan
Mhm.
to find temporary shelter for people who need it. And people
But
are
Colin,
cheering, man. On a
everyday
wicked like
people,
death.
everyday people.
Talk to me, Carla.
Everyday people is saying the same thing that you are saying. So why is it that the government can't see what everybody else is seeing? There's nobody in the government here to say, here what we need one mass barracks there. We need one tent city. We need somewhere where we can have countless amount of porta potty, bring them in. We need a shower station where people can shower. We need barracks room or tent city for females and them kids, families and them kids, meal and so forth and so on. Why is it that everybody else can see it except the government? Is it that there's nobody in a circle can with common sense? Because these are common sense thinking, this is not no rocket science mentality, this is a common sense.
We are
But
going
because
down there
the government
tomorrow.
is uncaring,
We are going down there tomorrow. We shouldn't be packing out packages based upon when we sit down there. Because the producer, my sister, them in there so right now, I do packages. We should have go with bulk because we should have drive in our tent city and go to the kitchen and unload.
make a give a piece of history before me come on for a phone. You see? Me come from East Rural St. Andrew. My community where me come from, border West Rural through the Buff Bay Valley.
Yeah.
West Portland through the Buff Bay Valley. So we are bordering community.
Yes.
If you know Echo Village, if you ever hear about Echo Village.
Yeah, man, I'm down Newcastle, you know.
All right. So we're blocking from Newcastle end. Nobody can go through Newcastle end because it is blocked. I mean block with landslide. I mean block with multiple road tearway. Nothing can pass. Tearway have to go build wall from down in a riverboat bottom or take out people land from the top side. And they were blocking from the other side going towards Gordon Town. You know, so the MP sent 20, which is July oldness, 20 care package. Come here, area leader with list of who's supposed to get it. 20 care package. Should have come nowhere around the side there.
I heard Nikisha Burchell said the Ministry of Labour call her and said them have 30 care package for her. These people don't really understand what is going on. 30 care package. 30?
You have one section of the road, 20 care packages come with list with people who to get it. That's about the 20, but you send list. And you send it to a particular person so that person can distribute it to who she wants to get it. I remember so we can't go out and come in. If we want to go out and walk 2 or 3 communities beyond us, go for come to Kingston.
Why?
And then something I share.
Michael
So
Jackson.
whoever they feel like the politics not going to be at play, they're not living at the living up.
Michael Jackson say all I can say is that they don't really care about us.
They don't care. They don't care. They prove it over and over again. But this is the prosperity that Jamaican people wanted. This is the prosperity that they wanted. So they're going to have to deal with it. And it's going to wait until the desperation of the people reach to a point where it is boiling over. Then it look like he's going to come save the day.
I am begging the Prime Minister.
That is who he is.
I am begging the Prime Minister, Carla. I'm begging the Prime Minister to be careful. Don't make this become 80. Because if you don't careful with this disaster, Alfred Dawes said it. You don't want to make a human disaster after this.
His ego is too big, Colin. He's not going to take heed. He's going to do what he wants to do because he thinks he knows best. So whatever Andrew thinks is best, that is what Andrew is going to do. He don't care. It's obvious. And anybody with eyes can see, realize that the government started thief the money already because, as I said, Miami Heat and another basketball team $2.5 billion. Them start already because 2 basketball teams send $2.5 million already. And if the government said them only raise 150 million Jamaican dollar and 700,000 Japan,
somebody in the chat room said US. Somebody in the chat room said I promise them not get it yet. We need to know.
The people them never make promise like that and them don't get it. The money is coming in at this
Miami
point in time.
Heat talk about, Miami Heat say $1 million US right away.
There's this
if those hold on. If those are not going to the government need to let us know.
It's as simple as that.
Thanks,
and there's
Carla.
this football player that is Jamaican. I don't remember which team he played for. He pledged $100,000 US. That is 10 million plus. That is not even 10 million. That is 15 million, $16 million.
How much?
$100,000 US in pledge. Him donating.
All right, Carla. Thanks
so
for the call.
where's the money going? Him start thief the money already. So Jamaican people then go and suffer.
Rubber! Let me give some other people a chance because I'm going to talk to Bobby in a little while. Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. This is the Colin Bell Show. Jamaica in crisis. Jamaica in crisis. 1-2 hours of rubbish from the Prime Minister yesterday. Giving MPs in Westmoreland $10 million each to help with housing. MPs in St. Elizabeth, $10 million each. MPs in St. James, $10 million each. MPs, I think, in Manchester, $10 million each. Mr. Prime Minister, $30 million for Westmoreland is inadequate. That can't even start the show, boss. What go on, brother?
Colin.
Where are you, man?
Good afternoon, sir.
Me there.
Yeah, I hear my voice sounds shaky because I am hurting.
Everybody who have a heart
just like
is
millions.
Hurting.
And you know the hill and me know the hill. And because we have seen the hill and I have seen the hill in a different kind of way.
Yes.
That lady that just called a while ago and I tell you about how the Buff Bay Valley from one side and the Newcastle side to Garden Town place cut up. That when you look at what going on in Westmoreland and you think of the fact that quite unlike Gilbert, the eastern side of the island never get ripped up.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you now, picture this because you've been on the hill. When you think about them two sides they cut off.
Yeah.
Colin, it is frightening to think about some old people down there. So.
Members
around the Colin, members around the Colin Dam.
Different coal and went up the wet.
right? Because you know we used to run the youth them through the hill at 4
And the
o'clock in the
hills,
morning, go
the
Mount Horeb, go around a section and all them place there. You know, on some field. Not all in August, your teeth shut on morning time.
the
So
hills
just imagine
steep and
people
the gully
roof,
deep.
yeah, yes. And the fog come down and the dampness and you're cold. Just so
Yes.
imagine now your roof leak off around the sun and everywhere wet up and you can't get a vehicle for go town go buy some sugar for sweeten some bush.
Yeah.
You know the pressure. You know the pressure.
Yes.
On top of that, I was on the hill when Gilbert blew, and immediately after the half
a big man, man.
Gilbert gone up the road. Yeah, man. Them time they milk this up on the
Yes.
instructive staff.
Yeah.
We moved out because Lady Bus time until live halfway down the hill. And one of his first tasks was to go check if she all right and check to document every one unit commander they not playing a Colin.
Yeah.
Every landslide and every road that we could have find and everywhere that there were reports of houses being destroyed. We unit commander, make this,
Yes.
We have a unit on foot move from this to Cooper Ridge, which is the Garden Town Newcastle Road junction, and back up in our day in a bus. Is what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
And the helicopters were moving. So when we hear this lady talk about the roads cut off, the communities cut off, Section, Cascade, Silver Hill, Spring Hill, all them places supposed to messed up.
Yeah,
I've
man,
seen
come
the road
right
that
down.
says site, settlement, and all them places they wipe out. So it just goes to show that the suffering is unimaginable.
Unimaginable, brother.
Okay. And you know me, I go down in the Gulf there, I see the destruction for one next angle. And I'm right now, I'm sitting here at you with an assignment, Captain. I can't concentrate on boss.
Tell me something. How long would it take the army to build out a 10 city on a play field?
All right. Make a look at what the needs. 10 city. Depends on what kind of tent you need.
Yeah.
You know, and me know when it comes to fatigue, how easy it is to put up one extender tent.
Yeah.
10 hours, 10 hours in 10 minutes that done,
Exactly.
And if you have 10 tents to put up within 2 hours, trust me, things could have gone.
And that's why I was saying that when the Prime Minister come at the Parliament yesterday and chat for 2 hours and change, and don't tell us that they are temporary. Hold on. And don't say to us that they are temporary shelter.
Say that again. Talk for how long?
2 hours and change. And him never tell we say they are temporary shelters now located at where the park name up a Mandeville and park up a Mandeville. They are temporary shelters located. Brooks Park in Mandeville. They are temporary shelter located at the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium. They are temperature shelters.
Hold on. Pause, Virgin. May I ask you a question now? Those places are open air places, correct?
Yes.
What kind of shelter them places offer?
No.
Me talk from a practical point.
No, that's why I say you have to do 10 city.
So how many schools are closed, Colin? How many schools are closed?
Listen,
how many community centers are closed?
Hold on. I hear why me go that route there. Because a lot of the schools in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland mash up as well. And I am saying,
if you cover some of them buildings, if you quickly cover some of them buildings
and put people in them,
right kind of shelter.
And that could have done already. And that's why I'm glad me talk to a man who understand how the army works. And
community centers,
and there are assistance from the United States, from the UK. Is you if said to them where you want to know. We have some building that we want to cover for put people in it. The Prime Minister not talk about not about no temporary shelter for the people that we are live out a door, brother.
So we don't have no old warehouse, so we can put a roof on and put some water bowls out
Whole
to the
place
pump
did it, brother.
Some showers.
Whole
some
place
showers on this thing.
Place did it. As I said, the Trelawney Multipurpose Center have whole heap of bathroom. Right away. You understand? Whole heap of bathroom. Put people in there.
You know, me tell you something now, Colin. Me tell you what hurt me more than anything else. I made a little comment in a little area the other day, and some people jump off on me. Purely out of political thing, because the truth hurts.
Yeah.
And you can't have your kids or your family, and if them we not say do wrong. Say just feel I come up short.
Yeah.
and you can't correct them. So not use the word say my feelings. Say we people, we family are come up short. So it is everybody's job to correct them, boss, and steer them and guide them.
Yes.
So why people are jumping on people throat if people talk something about something?
Let me tell you something.
No. This is like a makeshift Armageddon I go on win about.
Yeah, man.
Because look at it now. Look at it now in a college. Look at me tell you what I follow after. The people who don't know, who don't care because they don't focus. Disease issues, dead animals, dead bodies.
Then, brother, me ask a while ago.
Polluting water system.
Hold on. Me ask a while ago. And I have gone down there and see the devastation. Some people have no house left. The house mash up flat. And
what's the death count? What's the death count?
Hold on. I not got the death count yet. Where does all of them people, them community there where all of the house them mash up in? Which part defecation are going now?
Everywhere. Around the corner.
Everywhere, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
People don't have to think about each other. Stop thinking about Labour and PNP now. Election done. It done from September.
Why did that start in my first place? Why did that start in my first place? Yo, when Gilbert reactivate, you think no color they come to this? You think anybody could ever mention party? I want to broke them up. Me not talk it play now. That never come in play because there was no reason for it and we never had it to deal with. It never figured into the equation, Colin.
Well, party. I'll take our next call before we go to OB. Here, give thanks.
All right, me just leave it one thing because there's a thought because me packet something to send to a old lady and stuff at Jamaica.
Yeah,
so
man, go ahead.
Just to let our people know. We live in a day and age now when because of the power shortage and stuff in Jamaica, it is easy to get solar charged mosquito what they call them? You know the zapper them?
Yeah.
They look like canisters and you can put them out on the sun in the days and they charge up and then you put them in the night and turn them on at ultraviolet land. People who are sending stuff to Jamaica, please, Colin, plead to them to remember, send solar charge bug zappers, mosquito zappers. Because what's going to happen now in Jamaica with the heat and the water that's stagnant, breeding sites going to come up. And those things are going to be really, really needed to cure the mosquito thing. Bug zappers, solar-powered bug zappers.
Thank
Put one of them in on a barrel with the food. Please, Colin, remind the people from here.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Respect, boss.
Give thanks, my brother.
Yeah.
And generators are needed. It is the rainy season in Jamaica now. So who can send generator for them people? Send generator. And that's why the 10 cities are critical. Hold on, my brother. People need electricity. People need portable water. People need a roof over them head, Mr. Prime Minister. And the fact that you come to the parliament yesterday and not talk about no temporary shelter, me hurt. There must be shelters for people to get a roof over them head, proper bathroom, portable water, to get a good night's sleep. You know, much of them people no get a good night's sleep from the hurricane, and then not talk about mental issues when there's a set of wicked people. Conrad O'Brien, good evening.
Hi, Colin. How you doing?
Me never know some
Thanks
Jamaican.
for having me, Colin. Thanks for having me.
Me never know some Jamaican people and so wicked youth. Wicked.
Brethren, let me say this to you. The Prime Minister stood in front of the nation and by extension the world, because what happened, as you know, based on the technology, we beam across the globe. And he said 1 hour worth of nonsense in my view.
2 hours plus, Obi.
Right? Well, 2 hours plus of nonsense, because the fact that the Prime Minister have not touched the point where he talked about some mass areas to shelter our people in a proper way. Colin, today when I was doing my paper review and I read a lady somewhere in St. Elizabeth, she's under the cellar with her 3-year-old granddaughter and a mentally ill gentleman that she's caring for. You hear me, Mr. Colin?
Yes.
Those are the things that are happening. And I'm going to say this. Let's look at it. Every single dollar that we are getting as donation and whatever should be spent on the people to get them as comfortable as possible right now. In terms of the rebuilding process of the country, those are things now that we're going to have to deal with at another level in terms of engaging multilateral. Basically, without a doubt, we'll have to borrow money and all of those sorts of things. In addition to that, Colin, you see, the thing that we have always been talking about, Colin, and our good friend Raleigh, one was listening now, he will remind us that the lower the debt to GDP ratio is of no significance. It is not a progress. It's not showing that you are progressive. The fact of the matter that in this hemisphere, Haiti has the lowest debt to GDP ratio. Where are they?
Well, it look like we in competition for Haiti for the last place in this region. For the worst
Absolutely,
economy.
because when you look at the per capita income as well, that's where we are as well. Right? But Colin, here what happened. Let's connect the dots for our people. What we have been talking about when we said when we take on the government and we say, listen, this overreach in paying down the debt, it wasn't progressive. It's some of what we are feeling now because we neglect the infrastructure, to build our proper infrastructure, to deal with the housing stuff, to deal with a number of things, so that our system, our infrastructure, granted, we know that a Cat 5 hurricane will cause damage at any rate. However, if we have proper infrastructure in place, in terms of even our school plans, a number of things, we would not have suffered, Colin, the kind of enormous damage that we have in certain places. But the government refused from listening because, again, Andrew Holness believed that, listen, he must have bragging rights at all time, and that's what he's interested in. Optics and showmanship. He is not interested in nothing at all called unity. Unity, the word unity for him is just a cliche. He's not putting it in practice. If you notice that every moment Mark Golden talked yesterday, he mentioned that, listen, we are ready if we are invited. If we are invited.
If we are allowed to.
If we are allowed to. You understand? That is the situation. That's where we are, Colin. And at a time of national crisis, the opposition shouldn't be saying this. The opposition should be at the table for day one. I said it on your show before, Colin, and I say it on my program every day since Monday. That initial move with the Prime Minister going into Western Jamaica, it should not have happened without the leader of the opposition if the Prime Minister was serious about unity from the get-go. Mark should have been called in and said, listen, we're in a crisis. We're at a point where we have to show the people national unity, and both of them should have gone together. But what happened? Mark Gordon asked for a helicopter and he was rebuffed and it wasn't given to him. When he got a private helicopter, went down and publicity started to go all over the place. They called him and they gave him one for Saturday. That's how we are operating, Colin. That is how this government is operating. It's a dance game.
Obi, would you agree with me that this government don't understand the magnitude of this disaster?
They obviously don't. And remember now that Nikisha Burchell, I think, had to rose to her feet yesterday to tell the Prime Minister that no, what you're painting, the picture that you're painting is absolutely not what is on the ground. Colin, can I tell you this? Can I tell you this, Colin?
Go ahead.
I was at home yesterday. I laid down and I was watching Parliament. And believe me, when the MP, Miss Lucky One Boy, when he went for the MP for Eastern Westmoreland,
yes,
when he rose, Colin, and he started to outline the problem in his constituency, Colin, believe me, I saw where he wilted. He cracked and tears start to trickle down my face. And you know what, Colin? You saw what we saw in Parliament yesterday, with the subduing of the Speaker. And of course, she basically relented. It's Dayton do it, when Dayton draw in iron ways, go for the juggler.
Yeah, man.
I say, listen,
I have a mother.
My mother is not in the Parliament.
I have a mother in Senton. I don't have one ear. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. That's what.
But Obi, I will tell you.
Yesterday and allow some latitude.
I'll tell you, Obi, that I was still not pleased with the parliamentary opposition yesterday. I do understand that people like Dayton Campbell, Ian Hills, Dwayne Vaz, Nikisha Burchell, Zelika Jess, those members of parliament are broken. They are broken, I can tell you. They are hurting and they are stressed out. On Friday evening, I ran into Dayton Campbell and Ian Hills. When I leave out of White House, I don't remember where the year I name. I run into them on the roadside. Ian Hills stopped for Dayton to use his Starlink to make a few calls. And they were broken. Because they have seen the devastation. They have seen the deaths. And people being unable to move the dead. While the Prime Minister and Dana Dixon and the rest of them have press conference in Kingston.
Yes. But
I just want to say this, Obi. Hold on. Hold on. I am disappointed with what took place in the parliament yesterday. Because I saw an opposition trying to toe the line for people to say that they are not politicizing. But as Dayton started, nothing that I am saying is not politics. And not because I'm a politician. But it is devastating. And I want the opposition members to be strident. Stop toward the line. Just speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God, make the truth hurt. People are hurting. More people are going to die if we're not careful.
Colin, I'm going to tell you a bit. The opposition, people have been saying that, listen, from all accounts, the distribution certainly seems to be happening even in a partisan manner as we speak. The opposition parliamentarian, they alluded to it. When you heard Dwayne Vaz yesterday, he said it. I receive a number of calls both here and from here and overseas. And people are saying that, listen, the opposition, I don't know what people think about it, but they are saying that, listen, the opposition should basically take to the United States Embassy. And that don't have to be mass, small group there with placard to say that, listen, the resources that is coming into the country is not being distributed equitably and so on. But the opposition, member within the opposition believe that, boy, it's something that they should not do because they are towing the line. What say you on something like that, Colin?
Me say the man, if you stop toe a line, just speak truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. Talk the truth. Make it hurt. Who is Judge Wright? Who is Judge Wright turning up when the Ministry of Labour send down helicopter with food? And then you hear the Prime Minister. Hold on. And then you hear what the Prime Minister say. The question of what role caretaker should play, him not answer it yet. Prime Minister, let me tell you this. Everard Warmington tell me, say caretaker is not in the Constitution. Remember that. The opposition must defend the people of Jamaica.
Yeah,
over 400,000 Jamaicans voted for the opposition.
I believe, Colin, because I'm not going to go the Warmington route. I believe that opposition, that caretakers can always be involved in, because we're talking about a unified process. Caretakers from both sides of the divide can basically or should play a role.
But
However,
Obi,
hold on.
hold on. Let me just say this. If caretakers are going to play a role, they must play a role when them are PNP and when them are GLP. It can't be that them just play a role when they are labor rights.
No. But Colin, that's exactly what I'm going. That's where I started. I said, listen, both sides, because that's why I said I'm not going the Warminton route, who obviously was just rude and out of order and offensive to you when he called you fly think and wrote out of order. And I would never want us to describe any Jamaican in that way. So caretakers have a role to play. However, it must understand that the lead person in all of this in the constituency, if you're going to deal with the politicians, it must be the member of parliament. It must be the member of parliament. You know, it can't be that you basically do something in a chicanery way and you wait until the MP out of the constituency. Then you basically send something and you make George Wright or whichever caretaker come on and marshal it. It's not right. And I want to just add something here quickly, Colin, because it's something that we can overlook.
Yeah.
Your member of parliament mentioned it yesterday, and I think it was very clever in him mentioning it, because it's something that we overlook. Colin, because the eye of the hurricane did not pass through, say, Portland or East Portland or some constituencies, people don't understand, are not aware that there are areas within these constituencies that have suffered enormous damage, similarly to an area that the eye would have passed through. Mark you, it would have been a smaller area, but nonetheless, you have communities that had houses that they are flattened and people in those areas that are now without housing. So we must also identify those areas and give it them certain level of priority, because those persons, however small amount they are suffering similarly to persons within the larger constituency that would have basically been totally wiped out, so to speak.
And that's why Conrad, that's why the MP from East Portland spoke on it yesterday, because we have areas in East Portland that many houses lost their roofs. And yes, I told my listeners earlier that we are going to be putting $150,000 into the fellowship area to assist with rebuilding some of those roofs, because our listeners and viewers here at Portland Spice TV have been generous and said to me, go down a west, go give the people them some food. We have a busload of things, Obi, that we're going down there with tomorrow, and we have enough money to load the bus again. Plus, we're going to put $150,000 into the Rio Grande Valley to assist some of the people who have lost their roofs. So the question I want to ask you, Obi, the Prime Minister said he's giving Zelika just $10 million to help with housing. He's giving the MPs in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, Manchester, $10 million each. That makes sense, Obi?
Colin, it is embarrassing. And, you know, sometimes I said to my parents, I said, how of man, a man who declared that, listen, he is from, to use Portia Simpson Miller, Mrs. Portia Simpson Miller word, the most honorable, hi sister P, how you do? All right? To use her word, Colin, as always describing herself as someone from the bowels of the people. Andrew Holness would want us to believe and to say that, to treat him similarly, that he's from the bowels of the people. Remind us over and over that he was born on Cumberland Road in a 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom bonus. It depends on which side of the bed you wake up on. It's a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom. And he, no. Oh my God! And Colin, the man behaved as if he is void of the reality. It is embarrassing And I can see Galika, I can see Nikisha Burchell, I can see Ian Hills, I can see Nathan Campbell pull out the ear, literally pulling out the ear out of their head. I can see other members of other constituencies literally tearing out the ear out of their head in frustration when the Prime Minister talk about 10 million. To do what?
But Obi, why them never tell the Prime Minister, say, man, take your $10 million and go put it which part sun no shine? What $10 million can do?
You mean they should borrow the phrase that Clifton used, like to use on radio when he tell people to go and shove things where sun not shine? They should do it to the Prime Minister.
But Obi. All right, a 2-bedroom house, bathroom, kitchen, living room, and veranda. The entire roof come off. How much can you give that person to say, put on back your roof? How much? Conservatively. 300,000, 400,000, 500,000.
Colin, the cost of lumber alone, I don't think that roof will basically cost anywhere. A simple roof. We're not talking about anything fancy. I don't think a simple roof can basically be replaced by anything under $500,000.
All right, so let's say $500,000. It's so much people that can help. It's 20 people that, you know. It's 20 people that Prime Minister. Yeah, idiot.
Right?
What kind of and that them thing I'm vexed with the opposition about, you know? Because I hear Wave Lions tell him, say it can't work.
Yes.
But I had expected more people to be more vociferous. You can't, maybe you could have offered eyes at that for East Portland, which would not be adequate. But let's say you say East Portland, say $10 million, you go see who you can assist. And as me say, at 500,000, at 20 people that, so in my division alone, up at the fellowship division, that done.
You know, or if you said to them, say, listen, here what happened. Let's say we're going to cost 500,000.
See 300,000.
We're going to meet you halfway. You know, you may have family member, you may have this and so on, and you try and see how you can come together.
So you give them 250.
You give them 250.
40 people that. 40. 40. And the Campbell tell us a 2,000 house totally destroy. We are giving man $10 million for do.
Because what they say, Colin, is that I think they said that people who have their house totally destroyed, they will give them $400,000. Not roof, you know. Total destruction.
Let me tell you something. The fact that the Prime Minister come at the Parliament yesterday and didn't speak in billions, tell me, say, him not care about the people. And let me tell you why I say him don't care. Because the Prime Minister said his preliminary estimate, which could grow, is between 6 and 8 billion US dollars. And you come to the Parliament to talk a few hundred millions.
Yeah,
rubbish.
He said the observer carried him today. I had to read it on here. The observer carried him saying that $1 trillion. The calculation that you did there was also $1 trillion.
Right, $1.1 trillion.
And good. And however, Kane Partner, economist Kane Partner, he said that, listen, he's seeing $2.5 trillion.
Well, the figure don't come in. It's a little bit too early to say this is it. But if the Prime Minister starting billion US and you never come at the Parliament yesterday to put on $1 billion on the table if you start the work, then it seems like you don't care, Prime Minister. But now say you're out of touch.
Happened, you know, Colin, those billions that they're talking about, the billions and whatever that they're talking about, you see? As far as I'm concerned, it don't seem as if it is to help the ordinary people, you know. It look like it's a leap out of the Trump playbook where those money in the main is to help out billionaire and millionaire.
Hold on, Obi, I have Ralston on the line too. Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah.
I want to talk with you tomorrow about the role that the creative industries can play in the rebuilding process.
What time?
9:30.
9:30. All right, I hope we watch you because we're heading down to Westmoreland tomorrow, but
Okay.
I hope I'm in an era that we can talk.
Yeah, man.
Raleigh,
right,
don't move. Don't move, Raleigh. Don't move. Hold Raleigh 1 second. Let me put something.
Hold on the Raleigh. Hope you have a question for you.
Yeah, man.
Raleigh, I posit a view that all the money that are coming in now in the initial stage should be spent, not should be looking at say how you're going to rebuild infrastructure and so on in terms of whatever kind of road, etc. But that money should really be spent now and housing the people, for example, start to put them somewhere, so you're going to use all of that money to ensure that they're in a fairly comfortable zone until you really start to put them back on their feet in their houses and so on. What do you think about that, right?
Yeah, man, I agree with that 100%. The urgent priority is to relieve the suffering of the people. Yeah, man, that's priority number one. Mm-hmm. And then we can move to the next stage. But that has to be priority number one. Yeah, man.
Raleigh as a man who's born in a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom house. How the Prime Minister moves so cool? What?
Well, I don't know, brother. I don't know. I don't know if it's incompetence or a call, but it seems like a combination of both. Because we're saying, as Colin said, places like the Trinidad multi-purpose stadium were underutilized. It should have been no-brainer to take the people and carry them out of them places, brother, and settle them down and then go and clean up the place, take them out of the mess, the dead animals and the dead bodies and the mud and all of them things. Them things happened days ago.
And when you do that, you bring in doctors, bring in the nurses to check them out, and you bring in the psychiatrists to help them to recover. What wickedness?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. Raleigh, let me ask you something. We understand as well that, in terms of the destruction that took place from the hurricane, right? That the discussion could not basically alter that aspect of what took place. But you believe that it was a missed opportunity in terms of not allowing that discussion to flow properly. The final sitting of Parliament before the hurricane, where the opposition was trying to put forward conversation and they were shut down?
Yeah, man, that was a fundamental error, and the Speaker should be removed for that and sanctioned for that, because if she had allowed the people to ventilate things, then the relief effort would have been more organized and the damage would have been less. More drains would have been cleaned and all of them things there. Yeah, man. Of course. Okay. Yeah, man.
All right, okay, Raleigh, and remember tomorrow at 11:30, Raleigh will be joining me. Cool, right?
All right. Bless you, man.
Cool. All the best. Cool.
Ralston Iman, top economist. Obi, finally, well, say what to say to the people.
The guru. Well, Raleigh, what I'll say right now, I'll close on where we begin. To say that the priority right now is to really start to really take real care of the people. You understand? A lot of women who have young babies, women who are still pregnant now, are living in very, very substandard conditions. We're urging the government led by Andrew Michael, Rodham Brogan Holding, to basically have some empathy, reach out, start to deal with that, utilize the space that our taxpayers' dollars were used to build. The wisdom of a PJ Patterson that built a multi-purpose stadium. Here is an opportune time to utilize it for our people, among other outlets that are out there. We are urging you, Mr. Prime Minister, to do that. It is the people of Jamaica, the people who, in the main, a lot of them, enable you to be where you are now. As a boy from Cumberland Road, to sit at the pinnacle of power in Jamaica. We are asking you, so we are pleading, and we're begging you to do that.
Thank you,
the
Conrad.
The other aspect of what I want to say in closing, Colin. Prime Minister, please allow the word unity to live up to its full meaning. Don't do lip service. If you're really serious about moving forward, incorporate the opposition, incorporate the church, incorporate everybody, build a true big tent, as it were.
Thank you.
Bless you, Colin.
Blessings,
Take care.
Conrad O'Brien. Conrad, the fireman O'Brien at YouTube. Check him out. He's on Newstalk 93 FM. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 to 12. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Evening, Colin.
Blessings, sir.
Colin, based on what I am seeing, and this is my personal also after monitoring social media, most of what the relief effort is being politicized, especially when you look at how the opposition can't get the assistance. The leader of the opposition could go into areas as soon as the storm passed, and yet still on the ground, it is independent persons like yourself who are reaching the affected persons. So all of this is just the gross incompetency that has followed up this administration since it has been in power over the last 10 years. But let me tell you this interestingly. One of the things that is hampering also this relief process is the lack of a completion of an important document yourself and Ralston have always spoken about.
The national census.
Exactly. Because right there you would know where the population density is, and then know but via air traffic, because some places will not recover from road traffic, you would know where to go into the areas and how many persons are affected within a geographical area, and you can plan out the outreaches before you can gather persons to a central location. Secondly, it almost seems like it's the government per se running the whole relief operation and not persons who are the experts. Because as soon as the hurricane completed, medical, search and rescue, and nutritionists should have been within play, followed up by housing. Everything is about the government. You're not hearing from the real experts about what should take place. It's only on programs like yours you're hearing it. And so my fear now, we have elderly and all persons outside, contamination of some water plates because of the bodies piling up. And right away now, after a week, we are looking at a local pandemic.
Carla, you're on the ball. You're right on the money. You're right on the money, sir.
Yes,
You're
we're
right
looking
on
at
the
a
money.
local pandemic now because even with the government, they cannot even structure. Yes, food is important, but you need to carry down, even as your army friend said, you need to carry down things like water tablets, bleach, and some kind of liquid soap.
But brother, let me tell you something. With the kind of devastation that I saw down at West, and I will continue to say this, you must provide an area that these people can escape that place now. For now, you need to take them out. People are still traumatized by what happened last week, Tuesday. The children are in that very same area, looking at what used to be their homes. And the government can't realize that those people who want to move out, take a little break, you can move them out. Yeah? Lots of people are volunteering their time and effort and equipment, clean up the area, and then you can bring them back in. The government now show no compassion. The government now show no understanding.
Colin, this is serious, and I fear, I hope I am wrong, but it is going to balloon into something far more critical and dangerous.
I want to remind you, caller, that it is after that big earthquake in 80 that 80 really deteriorated into what it is now. We must not allow that to happen to our beautiful island of Jamaica. And that's why, whether you're Labour or you're PNP or you never vote at all, find the human side of you. Let go the political side and call a spade a spade. Have a little heart, a little compassion for the people who are down there.
Colin, as the Bible says, the rain fall on the just and the unjust. And in a time of suffering, it is no time for politicization. It's no time for making enemies. We are all humans. We are all suffering. And the only way to come out of this is moving united. You can't be excluding the opposition because you want to look good. You can't be excluding the NGOs because are only including them because you want to look good. And now you're inviting the diaspora because you want their dollars after you tell them that you don't need no input from them. And when you're living on the island, you're not Jamaican.
All right, my brother. Thanks for the call here.
Yeah, man. Thanks much, Colin. Take care.
3 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going down to the west tomorrow. We want to thank all the people who have sent us their donation. We will be showing you what we'll do and what we'll be doing. Rise and shine.
Hi, Colin.
Rise and shine.
Hi, Colin. How are
yes,
you?
good evening.
Good evening. And good evening to all the callers and those that are on the chat.
Blessings.
Okay, Colin, I think I have 3. I have more, but I'll stick to 3. We need to get him out.
That I don't know.
No, man. May I tell you? We need to get him out because it's just a third of our people. I said Jamaica is 100%. 2/3 of our island is still intact, somewhat more than the third that is damaged beyond imagination, because it wasn't just wind. There was earthquake, tornado. To listen to all the witnesses' statements that
and flooding,
said
don't
what
forget
they have
flooding.
Exactly, Colin. So yesterday, I sat just like you, Colin. Me watch it through your television screen, like you.
Yeah.
I only saw Mark Golin did a bit of being the leader and then allow the MP, because he said it.
Yes.
They are the one who's experiencing it
and he want them
in
to
a
speak.
hit. So let them tell you and the world, Mr. Prime Minister, what is happening. And they did. However, I listened to his response, and me tell you already, he no have no heart. There's no heart in this man. I don't think he's human. As some kind of alien, this man is. He no have no human feeling. You understand? So we need to get him out. He doesn't resonate with us Jamaicans. If you get where I'm going here.
Yeah.
He doesn't resonate with his people. He's not leading people in his mind or his eyes and his action and his speech. He's leading some cattle. You understand?
Clearly.
So that's my first thing may I tell you, my statement. We need to get him out. Done. Second, the opposition, he muzzled them from the Tuesday. If you recall, I call and talk about that lady. I didn't know how to describe her, but I can do it now. She reminds me of Jezebel. When Elisha kill all our minions, them and all of them in the high places, and them a call God and God name come, and when Elijah call, a water and fire come down and kill all of them, and she say she did make even Elijah afraid. Elijah have to run away.
Yes, one time Elijah afraid for prayer.
All right. This lady, yesterday again in front of the world, she tried, but she couldn't do it too much. But how dare her tell Nikisha Bertel she overreaching? She's the speaker. She too needs to go. Because all we see her do is our husband is not the people again. That's another person with that caller called in and said where they are up in the mountain there between Garden Town. And you know the area where the other comrade, the other soldier in arm like you.
Yeah.
Know the area like the back on no hand. The man have to say, come on, the environment deso and 20 care package with a list. She needs to go. Both of them. And you see all of them minion there, Samuda, Desmond Mackenzie, others I would say the government. That's why I said, I put it in the chat. Rally, ask him for me tomorrow, any day you get him there. Rally, would you be the advisor, the chief advisor for the new prime minister that is coming?
When not?
Me tell you again, sometimes when we as a people from anywhere in the world, when the Almighty God tell us to tell us something, sometimes even in the written word, they think it's magic. God then tell Moses say a magic when he come back in front of Pharaoh.
Yes.
Tell you again, Mr. Bell, ring that bell, your name Bell. That's why you are there sounding the alarm. He is done. They are exposed. All of their friends too, their ugly God's friends. Right now, Trump tariff done. Supreme Court say, listen, it is illegal. So all of what they
the
did a
Supreme
plan.
Court made a ruling on that. I know that was in the court today.
Yes. Then tell him say it is illegal.
Carla, later we talk.
All you see Mr. Man, him just a creep up. You know when time them a bag up, them loot.
Yes.
Them a bag up, them loot to run left ship.
Yeah.
Because they think it a sink. Let me tell you something, Colin. I see the mountain. Mm-hmm. That same mountain, which is the Dry Harbor mountain, we see we island.
Yes.
That same Dry Harbor mountain there. Yes, as me said, lots of us die. Some under the rubble still.
Yes.
And in the water.
So we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. But he said to me, on the mountain, me said, the road me can't cross. He said, from the east, the clearance is there. He said, see there. He cleared the road clear. Cross now. And me said, but me can't cross. Me afraid because look on that the car come with so much. It's so fast. It's like me blink on me eye. Me say, me I go dead. He said, no. It is clear now. But you see the west?
Yeah.
Here cloud. Me can't see the road to the west, on the mountain. He said, cross now. You can't cross. It's clear now. He clear them out.
Yes.
May I tell you again, Colin, keep on doing what you do. That's the second thing I tell you now. You see the third one?
Quick and fast.
You see those soldier men that like yourself, that feeling like how you're feeling, that one that calling and more of them are your comrades, are your former comrades that know what it is to serve and protect.
Yes.
They are boiling. Because it's not Mr. Andrew Army when think he have. They are human beings, and their mother and their father and their sister and their brother and their family is under the rubbles are right there and suffer just like me and you people.
All right,
The
caller.
same police officer them they used to go and unalive people. Them see what them a do now. Then can't go unalive. Them a look for help now. The same commissioner of police have to go down there with him. Them a pick up buckle and sitting because listen, if they do not stop and humble themselves, don't forget that there is always a warning before the dawning, and it is there. It's been said how much years they must have missed people. I wanna me as a girl used to say no, sir. No, well, Jamaica. But when me get it to myself, because I am not a person who go out and I say warn people, but when he's come to me enough for me own innocent self and show me them there's something there.
Yes.
Do not take it lightly, and I'm telling you, he's exposed.
Thank you, caller. Thank you.
All right.
Blessings. Madam Producer.
Yes, Mr. Bell. I just want to ask what time.
Hold on there. I don't see your mic. I don't see like your mic attack. Go on now.
What time the show end?
Well, we should have ended already, but you know, some people want to talk. So may I take one more call and then we'll ask you a few questions, what it is that we have going down so tomorrow. So let me just take this call. Hello, caller. Good evening. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, caller. Go ahead. Final call this.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Good night to you and your listeners.
Yes.
What I have observed, you know, it's an indictment on what is going on with this catastrophic situation and the government's approach. I hear the opposition crying out to be included in what is going on because the hurricane that hit, especially in the West, affect all of the constituents in that section, whether you're a PNP, GLP, or no P at all. But at the same time, the opposition is crying out for inclusion and be a part of the whole organizational plan right now. No, I have a difficulty knowing that a man who has no integrity or credibility preside over this thing. Honestly, I have a problem with that. How can a man who not have no credibility nor no integrity has the opportunity to be presiding over something like this? And all I can say, more than ever, my brother, the opposition must chair the Public Accounts Committee.
Well, the
for
opposition
accountability
does.
purpose.
Yes, the opposition does chair that committee.
But the Public Account, I
opposition
understand that there are
chairs the PAC and the PAAC. The opposition chairs
so
those
hold on.
two committees.
So the issue, the issue with the business, house, the business and opposition business of the house, all of that is settled now. That is, the opposition will be chairing all of those committees.
Not all, just those two that I said, PAC and the PAAC.
No, but what about the balance? That's what I'm talking about. The balance that they're insisting that
government members are cheering those, sir.
Yes, but I'm saying that it's to be reversed, especially now.
Who will reverse it?
When you say who going to reverse it, what about protesting?
Well, let's see. But the government not going to reverse it. They have made their decision. Them are the boss.
Yeah, all right.
Christoph said the opposition must be opposition and allow the government to be government.
Yeah, but one question I ask you: what would be the justification or the compelling reason that the government feel that they are to chair those committees?
Them say the people choose them to govern, and they are going to govern.
Let me finish with the question. If the opposition chair those committees, what the government think is going to happen?
You have to ask them.
No, but you can have any reason or in a rhyme or reason why they are resisting it.
Because they lack transparency and accountability, my brother. That is why they want to cheer them themselves.
That have to, and even more so now. It have to change, man.
Well,
it has to change.
Let's see. We have to run.
All right,
here.
my brother.
Thanks much.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. No, I am no longer broadcasting from my kitchen. I am in the studio, as you can see. So I'm not broadcasting from my kitchen. Madam Producer, your turn. So we have all the stuff that we are going to take tomorrow. We're still trying to get some tarpaulin. We still think we want to carry a bale of tarpaulin if the bus can hold it at this stage. Because I see the bus, I'm looking at the bus not too long, and I see all of what I see now about this are hold. But tell me.
All right. So basically what you just said a while ago that you're not sure how them are going to hold because you're looking at the bus a while ago. So that simply means say you never help. Right?
No, I was on the road doing other things and you were packing and doing all that stuff.
I'm so tired. And I just want to let them know that we have over 200 packages.
Right.
We have, I think, 140 bread.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just name some of the items.
And it's because we couldn't get no more bread. Them start cut the bread short pan. We wanted 200 bread.
All right. So we have corned beef, tin mackerel, sausage, tissue, crackers, water, toothbrush, rags.
We have enough water?
Sanitary napkins. Yes, we do.
Can the bus hold another 10 cases of water?
I am not sure.
Okay.
Candles, snacks for the children, juice. We basically, the bags them look good.
Bags them look good.
We have bun. Yeah, the bags them look good. They will see.
Oh, we never remember. So we have what? Over 100 bun.
Yes, and as for our sisters and our daughters, we have sanitary napkins as well. We have wipes and some painkillers.
Beautiful. I want to thank you for doing what you do and getting everything organized today. I mean, I never planned to put on tire upon the bus, people, but I had to put on 2 tires upon the bus because we have to use the bus. The personal vehicle can't carry all that we have. We have a Nissan Caravan that no seat, no night. Only the 2 front seat. And it load. And as I said to you, I want to thank all our donors last week when we went down there, Coronation Bakery. But this week, it is the viewers and the subscribers and the ambassadors of Portland Spice TV who have donated and say, yo, go down there, go help the people. And as I say, a piece of money coming at the evening here that will allow us to do even more than we are doing now. And as I say, out of that piece of money there, we're going to put $150,000 into the Rio Grande Valley to assist those people up there who have lost their roofs. Thank you, everybody. And if you want to donate, you go on the profile of Portland Spice TV. The Cash App information is there. If you don't see it there and you want the straight link, just send us a message to 876-804-7072. Send us a WhatsApp message and we will send you the link how you can donate. If you want to send it through Western Union or MoneyGram, just send it. My name is Colin Bell. The Cash App is on the profile. Colin Bell, send me the WhatsApp number on 876. That's a WhatsApp number. So you can send all the information there. And as I said to some people, if you have family willing to go down there, send them your money, make them buy some things and carry it down. They're going to help the people. The people are in need. They want help. They want food. They want tarpaulin. And we're saying to the government, of Jamaica, provide some temporary shelter for the people. If the school them damage, put on roof upon the school them. Put people in them. The church them were damaged, put on roof upon them so that people can go in at them, go sleep comfortable. Provide some generators so the people them can get some electricity. Come on, man. Come on. Sure, say you have some heart. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you all. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace now and forevermore. Let me say thanks to Anchovy hardware, right? Anchovy hardware. Me a big up Anchovy hardware. And their sale, well on the man, sure. Relax. Anchovy hardware gonna have their mid-month madness sale. And that is going to be on Saturday, the 15th of November. One day only. Everything in the store is on sale. Check out Anchovy hardware. Bless up my people. One love.